You got that Friday feeling?
Yeah, I have a bit, yeah.
Have you, yeah?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. It feels like a Friday lunchtime. It feels like anything could happen this afternoon. Robbo's not here. Robbo's set off for Norwich already. That's how far it is.
That's honestly, if you're watching around the world and you're wondering how hard it is to get to Norwich, that's how hard it is to get to Norwich.
Set off.
Yeah.
So he's normally pretty good on the Friday afternoon tunes. He gets them going, like a bit of a few 90s bangers and all that. But yeah, not here. So someone else is going to have to step up.
Someone will have to step up, get the office rocking and rolling with a view to Friday. Manager's press conference, quite interesting.
Yeah, he's just done it. He timed it perfect for us, which I thought was very nice of him.
Long may that sort of thing continue.
I think Mel had a word. Yeah, he's just done it. I don't know, what do you want to talk about first? Do you want to talk about injuries, transfers?
Well, I think the transfers is interesting in that he's just gone, right, we're just not going to talk about Teixeira, so that's that done.
Yeah.
And I think, we've said everything we can say about Teixeira, so...
But he was a bit more open, I thought, about the possibility of doing stuff in January. I think earlier in the window he was kind of saying, it's too hard to do things and, it's unlikely we're going to be bringing someone in. And then the Culver thing happened and he was like, well, that's an emergency. But I've just got a couple of quotes here, which is, he said, if we take a new player now, it's a perfect moment. If we find a solution, a player who could help us as soon as possible, of course we will try it. And that's quite a logical statement. It's basically saying if we can find someone who'll make us better, then of course we'll buy him. But it is a bit of a departure from what he has been saying. So maybe he's warming us up for a Brazilian sensation.
But maybe he is. I find the way...
Which is what I do on a Friday afternoon.
Is that what you do?
Warm people up for a Brazilian sensation.
It's I've now got that unbelievable scene from City of God in my head. There is this... it's fascinating how he talks about Sturridge in the context of all this.
Okay.
Because he says it's a perfect moment, and I think what strikes you is, the conversations we've been having about the extent to which he might already have one eye on next season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the idea that if you can get someone in now, work with them for 4 months, then everyone will be better for where they are. And he talks about Sturridge like it's a toy he's not allowed to play with. He talks about Sturridge like, I'm just trying to keep myself under control. He's done 4 good days. I'm trying to keep myself calm. We're not going to see him yet because we've got a plan for him. You know what I mean? It really does. While simultaneously there's rumours about Sturridge leaving, he sort of talks about Sturridge like, we're getting this absolutely spot on because we're serious about it.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. He talked in the press conference about Godongja, whose name I always pronounce wrong, so apologies if he's watching. He says, they couldn't use him for 15 months.
Yeah.
And he said he was pulling his hair out, but we just had to wait. He had a back problem and we just got it right, and then he was brilliant for me, and people are saying Liverpool should buy him. So I think he's had experience with this in the past. He said he's had 4 good days training, which is good. Obviously, and he wants him to have 10 in a row. So this is 4 along the way to that. I think he is being patient. He's admitted that he's not naturally the most patient person, but which you can see from him. But I think you're right. I don't think he's throwing in the towel, even if a few Liverpool fans have.
No, exactly. I really don't think that's the case. Lallana is out, and I'm talking Benteke up. 2 things quite interesting.
Yeah, two seem a bit linked, don't they? He doesn't have to bring Benteke in if Lallana's not right, but then if the fact that he was talking him up as well suggests he might do. Lallana seems to be the kind of player, if he's not 100%, then I don't think there's a great deal of points. I think the things...
And Stoke on Tuesday.
Yeah, and Stoke on Tuesday, and I think the things he's done... And he played well at Stoke, and the things he's done well this season of... obviously we're all disappointed with his goal and assist return, but the things he's done well is in terms of his pressing and his energy, and so if he's feeling a slight muscle thing, then there doesn't make much sense to play him. He doesn't have to play Benteke, he's got Jordan Ibe as an option, he can do something with Joe Allen, but the fact that... maybe he was just asked about Benteke, and I'm sure he was, but the fact that he was talking up his performance, talking up what he can do, and also what he thinks other people should be doing with him more, he suggests there might be a start in it for him there.
Okay, and a little bit of a toffee for Stephen Naismith and Tim Closer, which is good news for them from Jurgen Klopp. Rates them both very, very highly.
Yeah, he likes them. Yeah.
Stephen Naismith, former Ballon d'Or winner, serious footballer, not to be trifled with.
I don't know why Everton have sold him, but anyway, that's probably a separate podcast. Or it would be 5 minutes on Everton one day when there's nothing going on. But I don't really know. It feels very much like, well, we don't need him right now, so let's take the £8 million, which is I don't know, a bit of an Everton way of looking at it. But anyway, yeah, he was speaking them up, and he was quite funny about Norwich really, because he was quite positive about them, but he didn't go over the top. He was like, yeah, they're all right. Do you know what I mean? He was quite sensible. He was like, they're a bit better than 18 points suggests, and they've had the defensive problems, but they seem to have sorted them out. And so he wasn't doing it. Oh, they're a top class team and we've got to be careful. He was meant to say, they're quite good and they've got some good players, and if you play well, we should be all right. I don't know if
that
you've
you've got
seen anything else. Oh, just the Inaki Williams thing. He was linked with Liverpool, the 15 million release clause. He's signed a new deal today, so I don't know if that was ever on, but it seems a bit more off at the moment. One thing I found funny, though, was Bill Bow tweeted it from the official account and went, Inaki Williams signed a new deal today, €50 million release clause. In the tweet. You can imagine Liverpool doing that.
Oh, there'll be murder. What are you telling them?
So they basically said, here we go. Yeah, this is the release clause. Yeah, he's not going for 15 million now.
No.
5-0.
All the best to you. If you've got 50 million euros, is our number.
So he signed a new contract today, and they're already telling about what they're gonna sell him for. But you know, I suppose that's modern football.
I'm broadly speaking all right with it. Why try and keep it quiet? Anyway, thank you very much for watching this. Just to let you know, my release clause is £6.50. And we will, more of them next week. Have a lovely weekend. Shows today, you've got the Friday show, and you've got AFQ later on tonight, and obviously there'll be a pink post Norwich, which Robbo's doing in a room in Norwich, which could sound like anything, to be frank. And
he has left.
He has left. I don't know if he's going to sleep tonight. And then we've got 87-88 coming out on Sunday, part 2, and it's magic. We'll see you soon.